A map of Promised Castle. Didn't actually mean to fall there. I was just going to go to the edge and look, but of course, this game loves momentum. It would have been a fine supporter of the old Labour Party. Oh, hello. Oh, I blocked that. Ouch. So much for dodging through that. I can't see shit, by the way. What am I stuck on? Oh, great. Can't roll over there. Good times. Yeah. One thing I absolutely have to praise the developers of this game for is how they've done the spell system. I really like the way the catalysts have got different spell slots. I mean, spell slots are not a new concept. But the way they are mapped to different buttons is absolutely an improvement over anything any other Souls-style game creator has done. An eviscerating spear. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Not the right button. Well, it was the right button.
I can take you beyond the castle walls, but then I'm afraid I must return.
Just with the wrong thing selected.
My absence will be noted.
You've already done more for Edivar and I than I can ever hope to repay, Fitzroy. Thank you.
You and the prince are not away yet, and I could not stand idle like so many others and allow the king to carry out such a heinous act.
My husband is not the man he once was, but he will not take my son.
Yay. I don't understand the purpose of all this political posturing plots, which is drip-fed you in such tiny amounts that you're not going to remember any of it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This has got all the most annoying enemies in one place here. Yeah. If it hadn't had the moth lady and one of those annoying ground-based crawly fly whatsits, I'd have fought the Wraith there. But it was multiple. Oh, hi. You need the royal key. Oh, he can in fact follow us up. Oh, he can in fact follow us up. think he's stuck in a dog. Not anymore, he's not. Embrace the jank. I don't know what I just picked up. Was it a pendant? Yeah. Fully charged range. Oh, yay. I've got the high ground, Anakin. You were supposed to be the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force. Etc, etc. I don't remember seeing those steps previously, which says a lot about how much attention I've been paying. I'm going to spend this whilst I've got it. Right, that's at 18 Inferno. I wonder if somebody's making a kind of database of how much of each stat is required. Oh yeah, we don't need to rest in order to do that. I was looking at the buff and thinking, why am I still regenerating? It's like, because you do. That's where we came in. Oh, that's why I didn't see the stairs, because I'm blind. Another stairs there. Right, there's the long corridor. Huh. The architecture is very nicely realised as well here. If I believe in giving praise where praise is due, and whilst I haven't necessarily enjoyed Lords of the Fallen very much in terms of many of the smaller things, you know, the things that have caused unnecessary frustrations, I can very much appreciate its That's a 2-hit. At some point, I will learn this. Because I know it, and every time I cock it up, it's like, oh yeah, you knew that. I see the chest. But those are skeletons just chilling on here, surely. They're going to get up. No? I'm still waiting for one of these to be mimicked. What the fuck was that? Oh, it's Mr. Pyromancer has seen us. No. One times Rogar Hearts. That wasn't on fire before, was it? Vogar Hearts. Key item then? Just having to guess. See, one of the things that Elden Ring did really, really, really well is make it nice and clear what an item was when you picked it up. Throwable? No? Oh! It's an Inferno Catalyst. Of course it is. Of course it is. Smouldering Ring. Do you do Smouldering Ring? I'm going to take a guess. It's something to do with fire. Increases resistance to burn. Makes sense. Right, I think killing this dude... Oh, killing this dude is reveal the lever. Oh. Okay. That's cool. Hi, friend. Uh-huh. I thought this was going to take us to somewhere that we've already been, but nope. Heavenly Vial. That's a full heal. Uh-huh. Not actually a ladder we can climb. Huh. Interesting. Bit of an odd back route. I guess it was just down there, but... out of it. So down... No. I know what you were trying to do. I'm not letting you do it. Right, clearly we can go down in there now. Mimic? Probably Mimic. But we can also... go up the second spirally bits. Let's regen some mana for a sec. That's the guy that we killed, yes. What the hell was that lock on? Did anyone see that? What was I trying to lock onto? If you said the dog, which was the thing in front of me, you'd have been absolutely right. What did it instead choose to lock onto? The enemy behind me. He didn't die. He did now. Oh, can open. Right. Definitely need bearings now. Right, this is a shortcut to there. Let's just back out into here. Still looking out for that last quintessence, and I am thinking that there's probably only one more in the game. The parrying is pretty easy to do with a buckler. It's actually, I think, better, easier than any Souls game I've played, except, ooh, Lord Gauntlet's armor and leggings. Better than this? Better resistance to fire. Lots better resistance to fire and wither. Burn, ignite, and frost. Not very good versus smite, but let's be honest, very few enemies here using smite. But very poor fizz, so really? Huh. Was kind of expecting that to go somewhere. Right. Let's just check this bridge. I see you up there. Item. Hi, Mr. Wraith. Ah. Okay, the camera's starting to wonk up again. Nope. Chunk. Let's use that. Yeah, camera is it keeps on chunking to the left. I don't know why. The royal key. Okay. You use the royal key. Except that now, it doesn't lead to anywhere. I assume we can use this elsewhere as well. There you are. Right. It sometimes does feel like you haven't got that parry for the riposte. One side. Can't reach that, so I guess I've got to go round. This way. And bring that out. And then that. We'll bring that over. And that is a Souls jump and therefore feels awful. That's our quintessence. Oh! It doesn't move any further over. Okay. Right. Quintessence getified. Requiring 3 hits. Oh, I don't know what's up with my controller. Something's off. Right. We can now... Oh, hello. Let's pretend we didn't see you. Royal key used. Uh-huh. I heard you. Oh. Lord Catalyst. An Inferno Catalyst. Makes sense. Get me out of the Umbral realm, please. I assume that's wax. I'd like to assume that's wax. How do I get to the item on top of the big crystal over there? I feel like I'm on the wrong side of the cathedral. Maybe we're going to work our way over the top. I was going to try and parry that dog. Shouldn't have bothered. Oh! You have a melee attack with that. Nice dodging. Yeah. Guess we're working our way around the outside. How many have I got? 3. Yeah, sure. And in fact, let's go and hand in that quintessence. Theater.
Our holy work continues, Lamp-bearer.
Extra charge.
Fellow sanctified vessel, may Aureus' divine radiance flow through me and into you. The Abbey is the only... It pains me to see in sister, but I accept those who...
Interesting. There are 4 more. Huh. I was not expecting that. Because I was mind you, I suppose New Game Plusified? But no, I was kind of thinking that we were pretty close to being done, unless there are literally 4 that I have missed throughout the game, which is very possible. Okay, 2 of them. Oh! That's just blasted me into Umbral. Right, you're out of there. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That was a dodge. Okay. I mean, that was lucky, because there was no way I could actually see the swing, thanks to everybody's favourite Souls feature, the camera! Frostbite salts. Woo! That's the manse up there. Yeah, visually the game has been excellent. It is the one thing that has been consistently good. It's arguably the only thing that's been consistently good. Although, saying that, the loot that we've been getting has been... This is a shortcut door. Aha! Oh, that's the bookcase. I thought that bookcake was... Bookcake? Bookcake. Delicious, delicious bookcake. I thought the bookcase looked sus, and I was correct. Surprising. Nobody. I'm going to do that because, once again, I've forgotten to... I'm being shot at. Billy! Oh. There's stuff down here. I was going to say, you can't possibly... I feel like actually I should have probably checked out that room up above. Can we get back there? Just about. Oh no, we can't. Is this where the bookcase was? This is not where the bookcase was. This is... That's another fine example of slightly weird interactions between physical and spectral planes. I don't really want to be an Umbral here. I feel like I've been saying that a lot. That's a wall. Can't run through those. That's what I want. One. Now. Bloop. Do not want. Are these two guys? These two guys are going to be back, aren't they? They are. And so, I shall do what every good Souls player does and just avoid the shit out of them. Right. Swaddling cloth. Lord Mask. So this is the King's Chamber, isn't it? Which has become all manner of corrupted. Yes, that's very symbolic painting there. Swaddling cloth. One assumes quest item. Or not. Not a pendant. I suppose it technically could be an... Yeah, without a stash. Grief-bound dress? Don't know when we pick that up. Yeah, with no sort function and no stash. What was that? Oh, that's the polearm. No, it's not a random rune. Those are all the remembrances. Oh, it's there. Just looks different. An old frayed blanket. Wow, I'm so glad I spent the time looking for that. Looks like we're heading down to some kind of demonic cathedral, which is arguably part of the course. Oh, I need to be an Umbral here anyway, don't I? Leave me alone. Right. The crystal is very nice. I've seen crystal... What was crystal used in? Thymesia. there were lots of big red crystals, and they didn't look very good at all. Hopefully they've been improved since then, because it was one piece of very visual critique that I gave. It was interesting because actually that was the best looking game in the zone, but just the red crystals kind of ruined it. Excuse me? Ah, friend. I'm getting stuck on all manner of delightful terrain there. Ow. Okay. Right, it's got some of the crystals. Conflagrant Seer, Robe and Helm. We are slowly putting together the pieces of that set. Shortcut kit? Not shortcut kit. However. Huh. I will go down and find out what that is in a moment. Bartholomew's hammer. Right, I guess that's the way we're coming down. We've got our... Right, I'm assuming I want to... Yep. Demajen chunk. Let's be honest. I felt that. You probably felt that as well. The sound design hasn't necessarily been very good overall, but some of the breaking bits sound great. Ha! I remembered the second swipe. You proud of me? You proud of me, dear viewer? Right. So, there wasn't actually anything else over here that needs to be... No. So we came down there. We've sorted that out. We've got our checkpoints. It would appear that we have a run to... Really? You think this late in the game that I will be fooled by... by the mimic? Because I probably will be. You're probably right. Oh, this looks bossery. Ooh. It's, I think it'd be boss time. So. Let's... Do I want smite or do I want bleed? Smite will probably... If I weren't over-leveled, I think bleed probably would be the way forward, but we kind of are. got our posture damage. We've got our fire ward because he's probably going to have fire. I'll keep radiant on for the smites. Gonna get cutscene here anyway, so yeah. I'm assuming this is the king. Or what's left of them. That depth of field doesn't work very well with the Godric, is that you? That's the wife. Oh, he's bowing down before the wife? Is he chained to her? The Sundered Monarch. Oh. He's not actually attacking us. Which leads me to believe that in some way, shape or form, there's another option for this fight. Well, I was right about the fire. Oh. Okay, so we do enough damage to him, and he tears off his arm. I guess. He's lost it. Oh, has he grown another arm? Is he going to use her as a weapon? He's going to use the statue as a weapon. No? He wouldn't be able to hold those properly. Oh. I assume this is supposed to make us feel something because of... Is he going to throw the head at us like Tempierre dad in Blasphemous? Okay, he's going to... Ah, okay. Fire damage, as kind of expected. I've just turned my healing off rather than... Oh, okay. Man has sweeps, and for some reason, everything feels like it's gone really slow. Oh, good. We're going to get knocked around, are we? Quality hitboxes. Okay, I'm on fire. Failed. Uh-huh. Oh, he's got a charge, has he? Uh-huh. He hit a wall. Okay. He's doing a thing. He's yeah. Phase 2? Probably not phase 2. Nope. Heresy purged. Is this thing... That's the remembrance. Roaring in rage and pain. So he was... The Rogo attacked and he... Is something or other? I don't know. What's the little shiny sword buff? Shiny thingy buff that we've got. Did I get the remembrance then? I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy looking at the bar. Alright, that's going to be Inferno related. Really? Nothing hidden behind the throne? That is super disappointing. I really assumed there was going to be something hidden behind there. Oh, no, there goes the camera again. Maybe it's just my controller. Maybe my controller's dying. You know, whilst I am very much not the type of person that throws their controller around.
I look upon you with pity, my lost child. For you have been deceived and enslaved by forces who regard you as nothing more than an instrument through which they might enact their blasphemous will and prevent my rightful return. They speak of light while offering you nothing but blindness. Weak hypocrites relying on the malignant power of Umbral. With one breath, then decrying it with another.
Ooh, I don't think there should have been that gap there.
They brand me evil, a tyrant, and yet I offer you something they will not. A choice. Reject the fanatical crusaders and the deranged servants of the self-proclaimed judge. Dismiss all of their false dogma and the torturous mission to which they have bound you. And only then will you know freedom. And if you would hear it, the truth.
Ending choice? Enter the Vogar realm. We could go to the Vogar realm in the first game, couldn't we? But we went there more regularly than just towards the end. That's a lot of body parts. Oh, hi. Hello. And the bell's not really helping with the... They're kind of selling the moment. Yeah, I don't know whether it's the stick on my gamepad or what, but it's actually, hold on. I don't know if this will work. Because I've got two DualSense controllers. I've got the one that I use for the PC, and I've got this one, which is my PlayStation 5 one, because I have a PlayStation 5. We'll see if it happens again. Oh, shit. This feels gimmick bossy.
Why do you refuse to open your eyes to their manipulations? To millennia of shameful distortions of the truth? For eons, I stood as mankind's guardian, shepherding them with wisdom and love.
Sure you did, mate.
I was betrayed. Those three power-hungry malefactors who declared themselves judges turned my own children against me and waged a terrible war of needless slaughter.
If you say so.
The judges and their crazed followers butchered those who remained loyal to me. And when I created the Vogar as a means to put an end to the madness, they too were no match for the healing forces. In the end, even I fell. despite their best efforts. In a world left blackened and corpse-choked by their crusade, the judges banished me
Ah, I see. We're killing the ones that have got the marks.
as my prison ever since. Mankind set about conquering themselves, free from the divine oppression of which they accused me. And yet, how little time passed before the judges themselves took a read to the status of demigods, figures of worship, their real ambition all too clear.
Nah.
Yet an outcome, the people deluded themselves into believing a triumph. How much blood has been spilled in their names since
Oh, I've got no heals left because...
far more than was ever spilled in my name? And now, after all the time mankind have had to shape their own destiny, see what they have made of
I guess the only way they could make this challenging was by
hatred, suffering, chaos. They were capable,
making everything home in and cause fire damage over time.
sorely mistaken. Mankind needs me now more than ever.
Mankind ill needs a saviour such as you.
And what of other beings who claim godhood? Where are they? What of Aureus and the abhorrent Umbral creature? They are cowards, hiding in foresight and obfuscated shadow, deeming you unworthy of their presence, their communion. And yet, here I stand before you, with true words and open arms. For I love all of my children, even the wayward ones. Listen to me.
For fuck's sake.
Allow yourself
All the auto-targeting fireballs.
eternity. I am your enemy, only what my own enemies fear. The loss of
Oh, I don't need to do that here.
themselves in my absence. Cease your misguided violence. Now. You are in the presence of a god-human.
God human?
I formed you from nothing and can just as easily destroy you. Yet you would dare defy my will. The world in which you exist is my world, my home, and yet mankind, through my own creation, exiled me from it. You have no idea what it is to suffer such a monstrous betrayal.
You still talking? No?
I look upon you with pity, my lost child. For you have been deceived and enslaved by forces who regard you as nothing more than an instrument through which they might enact their blasphemous will and prevent my rightful return.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Just waiting for a cutscene to play out. We have done the right thing, haven't we? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Problem is, I really don't care. The story has not been interesting in the slightest, and it's been so bitty and so easy to miss things that the emotional impact that this might have had is just non-existent. Yay, we're on fire. Oh, we've been burned up. It's like what? The light of the Umbral lamp knows no satiation, consuming even a god. Or is his will done by his heresy-tainted champion, rewarded only with annihilation? With renewed influence, Orius unleashes his radiance to purify those deemed transgressors. In light, they fall. Oh. Oh, okay. I guess that was incredibly anticlimactic. Not even a cutscene. Just some bits of text on a screen. I suppose there was a little cutscene where we got lifted up and evaporated. It's like, okay. You unlocked a new class, Radiant Purifier, a martial priest. I felt pretty martial priesty on this one, to be honest, of the Church of Orion Radiance, whose rigorous training in matters both spiritual and somatic serves them in unflinchingly cleansing anything deemed anathema to the Church and Orius. An offense-focused class vulnerable to physical harm, but with greater tolerance for magical damage. So they've got some of the stuff that we actually ended up using. Thank you! Thank you! This is one of those things that I was really worried that this was going to be the type of game, you know, automatically putting you into New Game Plus is an archaic, outdated way of doing things, which sucks frantically. I'm not a huge fan of it at all. And we can start New Game Plus from there. Good. Good, good, good. So that means that I can go and find stuff that I've missed, if I can be asked. Because we've still got four what's-its? Quintessences. We do, however, lack most of the NPCs that we need in order to be able to do a lot of things. What can we get for your remembrance? Ah, I need to go and check it, don't I? A big-ass hammer. Okay, so we can have her head on a stick as a hammer and her statue as a shield. I need to go and... I guess there's a remembrance there. I'm assuming there's a portal at the top that we can use, as opposed to, oh no, you forgot to do it whilst you were there, so you've missed your chance, GG. Although, wouldn't necessarily put it past them. Ah. Okay, it's a good job I've looked this up, because this doesn't follow the same... It's not in the Vogel realm. We've got to go elsewhere. We've got to go to the Shrine of Adir, which is in Fitzroy's Gorge. It's there.
As you can see, I've been honing my skills as you've instructed, and you were right. I feel my power growing every day. Soon, I swear, I will be ready.
And who was that supposed to be? There's only 2 things available from this anyway, and both of them are pyromancy stuff. Well, assuming that this isn't wrong, which, let's be honest. I feel like we've missed a boss. Yeah, 2 Inferno spells. Well, that was Lords of the Fallen 2. A game full of questionable design decisions. Not the world. The world's been great. The only issues that I've had with the world have been finding the critical path back towards the start, because I don't think Pilgrim's Perch is a particularly good zone to begin the game with. But other than that, the kind of dual world nature, the twin realms, has been great. I've really, really liked the exploration of Axiom and Umbral. There have been some incredible vistas, some really good visuals, and for the most part, most of the game, no real performance issues. Well, no. After the first couple of patches, no real performance issues. Until the last bit where Umbral there's clearly some issues. That the last, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours or something like that, has been plagued with performance problems. And that's all been recorded in real time on my footage, so you can see what I've been dealing with. You know, this isn't anything that I've been faffing around with. It's just, this is how the game has performed in the moments. It's a game with great visuals, really high fidelity. It doesn't necessarily come out in the YouTube capture, unfortunately, just because of how I have to have my recording settings to actually be able to record and, you know, do this on the same machine. My issues have been with... I was going to note these down. The lock-on camera is... Well, in fact, the camera in general is bad. Now, a bad camera is not unique to this game. A lot of Souls games have really bad cameras. Lies of P did not. For the most part, the camera in Lies of P was actually really good. The lock-on, especially in this, is problematic because I just don't understand how it works. The number of times I've tried to lock onto an enemy in front of me and it has swung me round to the enemy behind me. It is just ridiculous. The combat itself still feels very floaty. Doesn't feel like it's got a whole lot of weight to it, and feels like it has got too much momentum to it. The dodge roll, you might have noticed that I actually stopped using as much, just because I don't trust it. And that is the kind of distillation of my thoughts on the controls. I don't trust them to do what I want. You know, the number of times I wanted to dodge backwards and then it's dodged me to the side, or dodge backwards and it's dodged me diagonally. I assume it's all to do with the way the animations work. And it's felt... I mean, you can't even do your classic Dark Souls spin without some real kind of... Yeah. The jumping mechanic I could do without being a stick click. And I feel like the sprint speed is maybe a bit too much, and that the normal movement speed is also a little bit too much. But I like the lamp mechanic. I like the different things the lamp can do. I like the soul flay thing. I think the game desperately needs a stash. The quest line for the main story, I have no emotional connection to whatsoever. I honestly couldn't care less about the story for this one, which, you know, coming off the back of Lies of P, is a real disappointment. I was expecting it to be more Dark Souls. In Dark Souls, he's not very overt with its storytelling, but because so much of the story in this is, I assume, in item descriptions as per usual, and in those remembrance thingies that you can get, and a lot of stuff is hidden behind stats. It's like, you have to have confidence that your game is going to be worth replaying, that people actually care enough about the story that you are trying to tell to go through it again with a different character or leveling up stats in New Game Plus or what have you, in order to get that full story. And that's not me. That's not me. I just haven't cared enough about the story and haven't really enjoyed the game enough to warrant a second playthrough at any point. In fact, I feel that was very anticlimactic. You know, that final boss, quote unquote, was a gimmick boss. You know, you've worked up to killing a god and it's a gimmick boss. Now, okay, you know, how could you fight a god otherwise, yada yada yada, but just killing a bunch of human dudes that throw homing fireballs at you, it's like, really? And then, you know, the anticlimactic nature of, well, actually, realistically, you need to do something about Aureus or something about the mother, who I'm assuming was that big elder god style thing behind the veil. Yeah, a poorly telegraphed opening in terms of critical path, leading to me becoming over leveled and staying that way, I assume, for the entirety of the game. I mean, what did we get up to? We got up to level 132 by the end of that. And I suspect, you know, the fact that there was an achievement for getting level 100 implies that, you know, they were expecting most people to get around that for their first playthrough, or pushing towards that. This map system, I feel like I probably could have got more use out of. I didn't do much with it at all, to the extent that I didn't actually really look at most of them, because there just wasn't really any danger of getting lost except at the start. And I don't think at the start does it even show you the so we've got Pilgrim's Perch Ascent, hop over there, make our way up to that way. Yeah, see, it was this one singular ladder that caused me the issues. This is the platform with the spiky headed guy. So you make your way, you know, past the bell door, through the caves, out there, hop over the platforms, take that down, switch into Umbral, make your way over there through the door. And I suppose if I had looked at this, then that might have been clearer. But the problem with Pilgrim's Perch is that it's a very unmemorable zone. There's lots of ups and downs and wood and ladder and guys with spiky heads and people shooting you from across the map. And yeah, I feel like there could have been more done to make that a better experience, a better introductory experience to the game. Once I was overpowered and I'd found the critical path, I'm not going to say I enjoyed the game, I endured the game, because none of the bosses were a challenge, and in fact I have heard just in general feedback that the bosses in general aren't very difficult. I don't know. I'm just meh, frankly. And whilst I would actually quite like to see what the other endings are, Because that big kind of umbral thing, I'm very intrigued by the umbral magic. I think umbral looked like it got some cool spells. But in terms of, you know, starting over and starting a new character. Oh, this kills the capture, apparently. Yeah, so now we've got our Radiant Purifier, which is it's a cool look. Why it doesn't let us see what these things are is beyond me, but we get... I'm assuming that's the upgraded one. That's the defensive buff. That is... I think that's the greater heal. Starts with a polearm and a cool set of armor. What would I choose if I wanted to go Umbral ASAP? So that starts with 18 Radiance and 8. In fact, what's the difference between that? Yeah, so this is a higher level. Starts off at a higher level. I hope we get that effect. But so many of these are just, you know, generic melee. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could go condemned. Let's take a look at hidden classes, Lords of the Fallen, because there's clearly going to be another couple. Right. There we go. Why is this running at 0 frame rate? Yeah, let's get me out of the game because it's killing everything. There we go. Right, so there's Dark Crusader, which we unlocked. There's Radiant Purifier we unlocked. There's also Lord and Putrid Child. Lord is going to be an Inferno Pyromancer. And Putrid Child, I assume, is going to be some kind of Umbral. Unlocked Dark Crusader, we did. And we got from the start anyway. Lord is a high Inferno starting level. Achieve the Inferno ending. Don't cleanse any beacon and support a deer at the end. Okay, so you've got to go through the entire game. I suppose if I hadn't cleansed any of the beacons and I got right up until the end, I could maybe have done both of those with a little bit of save backupping. Putrid Child. The Umbral ending. Oh, achieve the Umbral ending requires killing NPCs and spending a lot of time in the Umbral realm. Okay, it doesn't actually tell you how to get it. And then there's the Radiant Purifier, which is the Radiant ending. Piercing Light, Healing Sigil, or of Tenacity. Lingering Despair. See, I'd quite like to try the Putrid Child, but as it is a reward for completing, by the sound of it, the trickiest ending, it's like, yeah, I could take that or leave it, frankly. Right, we're going to wrap this up with loading the game up with Easy Anti-Cheat on. And this should pop up a number of achievements. I don't know whether this will capture, There we go. I assume we're going to get a chunk of achievements. Maybe, maybe not. I can't remember when they last popped up. Was it when I got to the menu? There we go. Defeat the Sun and Monarch. Defeat Adir the Bereft. Reach the Radiant Ending. Just the 3. Just the 3. So. Game overview. Total playtime 38.2 hours. So I've got what I wanted, which was my money's worth. You know, that's what I wanted. I wanted to get my money's worth out of getting the deluxe edition, which I've managed to do. So what have we not done? We haven't done any co-op. We haven't done any PvP. Nor will I, because I've got no desire to. Defeat a boss alongside a co-op partner. Not likely to happen. The only way this will happen is if I somehow persuade one of my friends to get it, which, considering what I've been saying about the game, is unlikely. Collect all rings and pendants. I suspect I probably can't do that because we've got NPCs that are missing. Ironclad, definitely can't do because we've got NPCs that are dead or missing. Ammo types, throwables, inferno spells, umbral spells, can't do because, again, NPCs dead. Collect all umbral eyes we haven't done. That's interesting. So there's somewhere. Gestures, all weapons, donated plucked eyeballs, not going to do. Defeated Elian the Starved. Apparently we've missed an optional boss. I'm assuming that's an optional boss. Fully upgrade the Sanguinarics we haven't done. Reach the Adir ending. Stomand was greeted at the Imperium. No, we couldn't do because of how the quest system was crapped out. Justin's faith in his brother remained steadfast. We never found him again. Byron found a new purpose. We failed his quest somewhere along the line. Damajen the Mart we ended up killing. Sophicia bestowed a final favour. The Iron Wayfarer's journey finally ended. Well, we killed him, so that's a thing. Defeated all bosses. Kukujin concluded her business. Earned all achievements. What was this boss that we didn't? What was it? What was it called? Where was it? Where was it? I've lost it. Elian the Starved. Elian the Starved. Ah. Optional boss that is exclusive to players who reach Mother's Lull as part of the Umbral ending. So that would be the final remembrance, which, yeah, we've got no opportunity to do. Yeah, it seems like this is a game that, in theory, wants you to replay it quite a lot and use a guide, because there are so many little fiddly things that lock you out of other things. You know, if I just go into our inventory. Oh, yeah, this is going to crap out, isn't it? Because we've got easy anti-cheat on. Four FPS. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that's causing that. It's got to be easy anti-cheat because it only does it when I'm using the base version of the executable, not the Win64 version in the binaries folder. I was going to make a point now and I forgot. Oh, yeah. inventory, the amount of stuff that we've got in our inventory with no sort function, one of the many things that I think Lies of P did much better than this game is actually it didn't lock you out of quests due to obscurity. You know, don't get me wrong, I like the... Well, that's the putrid sword. What does it look like? Yeah, see, I really like the idea of kind of playing Umbral, but we can't do much of anything with it. Yes, this inventory screen is an absolute disaster. Yeah, there's no sorting function. There's no stash that you can put stuff in, so you don't have to constantly be going through things. You know, the first catalyst we can get for Umbral is at 10. So realistically, that's only a point. That's 2 levels from the kind of wretch class. But see, that only needs 8. And that needs 8 as well. When did we get that, though? That was in the thingy village, wasn't it? Putrefaction. That was in one of the huts in the Shuju village. So we were already a chunk into the game by that point. What I would like to do is do an Umbral Endings run, but with the Umbral Ending class. You know, doing the Umbral, getting the class as a reward for doing the Umbral Endings run seems kind of backwards thematically. I get it, but I'm kind of tempted to see, just for my own curiosity, if there is a way of unlocking that class and then doing the run with that class, as opposed to, you know, you just get it as a reward at the end. It'll probably involve some cheat or hack or whatever. It's like, I don't care. You know, I'm not playing online. I'm not doing PvP. I am purely PvEing, so it doesn't affect anybody else at all. I'd be intrigued enough. I'd be intrigued for that. And if I do so, if I do find a way of doing it and can be bothered, which with the other stuff on the horizon right at the moment, it's like Alan Wake 2 is coming up soon. It's like, do I want to spend more time on this game when I could be playing Alan Wake 2? No. But I did get some enjoyment out of it. I don't think it is an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 game or anything like that. I think this is a... Oh, dare I rank it? Because I don't really have a Souls-like tier list apart from my Bloodborne's at the top. And then we've got kind of Lies of P and The Surge 2. And then we've got Elden Ring and Sekiro. Kind of paired together, not on top of each other. Then we've got Dark Souls 3. And a lot of the others, you know, I haven't even ranked, like Mortal Shell, Thymesia. I would argue that because this is longer, it is a better game than Mortal Shell. There is definitely more content here than Mortal Shell. I would probably put this just below Dark Souls 3. No. I've only played base Dark Souls 3. I haven't played any of the DLC. So I think this is on par with Dark Souls 3 and arguably edges ahead because of the dual world mechanic, but is pulled back again by the lack of stash, the lack of quality of life, the god-awful camera, and the slightly iffy at the start critical path. But I think that was more a me thing. That was more a me thing. And to be honest, now I know what the critical path is. I'm never going to have that issue again because I know where to go. But for a gamer who likes exploration, that exploration actually wasn't fun because of my biggest gripe. The ridiculous number of enemies, especially the ranged types. Ranged enemies sniping you from miles and miles and miles away wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all. That was a big detractor from the experience. So yeah, whilst this is in many respects more of an interesting game for me than Dark Souls 3, I'm going to put it on par, because for all the things this does, in my opinion, better than DS3, it suffers in a significant number of other areas. I just wish it had a more interesting, emotional driven story. But it's possible I just missed it. It just failed to hook me in any way, shape or form. It looks great though. Great looking game. Great looking game. Make sure you turn off film grain. In fact, has film grain turned back on? No. Lords of the Fallen 2, or The Lords of the Fallen, or if you really insist on it, Lords of the Fallen. That was a mistake as well. Choosing to call it the same name as the original game means that it just becomes harder to find your game online and to find things that are for your game, as opposed to the 2014 version. Dumb decision. But yeah, there's a lot of dumb decisions in this game. I'm pretty certain I've been talking for about 20 minutes now on this, so I'm gonna go. A mixed product with some enjoyment to be found, some good decisions. The parries are fun, for example. But yeah, some significant quality of life issues. Just give me a stash and give me the ability to sort things and do what Elden Ring did. When you pick up an item in Elden Ring, it gives you a little icon that tells you what type of item it is so that you know where to look for it. Sure, it took me a while to figure that out in Elden Ring, but it doesn't have anything of the sort in here, so you just have to go through page after page after page just looking for it, and that is... that's not fun. It's not fun design. Thank you very much for watching, internet friends. If you've got to this, if you're even listening to this, then you have done incredibly well, because I feel like this was probably one of my most frustrating playthroughs of any game, but it is done. It is done. I have completed a somewhat anticlimactic ending for Lords of the Fallen. Compare it to Liza P's ending, and you know, it's just like that game's so much better. So much better. But I do like the parry in this. It's much easier. That's my big concern in Liza P. The parry timings are just blah. Blah, far too strict. Will I do it? Yeah, absolutely. Beat the whole game, no cheats, no nothing. Yeah. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. Tell me what your thoughts are. What are your pros and cons, likes and dislikes for Lords of the Fallen? And I will catch you all in the next series of videos, which will probably be Alan Wake 2. Although, by the time this episode comes out, chances are I will have already been releasing those. So, yeah, life of a person who doesn't know what he's doing. Until next time, cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.